Hello, this video will show you various logon methods for your school to connect to the smartavails.com or onlinecourseevaluations.com system. Once you've decided on a method, to enter the values for your school, go to the Edit Preferences screen and choose Edit Site and Login Information. For complete documentation, go to smartavails.com, Sign On. There are two main ways your students are going to get the message about course evaluations. The first is when your students are on your school's web portal doing something else and they get either a hyperlink that they see or are redirected to our site. And the second is from a smartavails.com email that we will send out to students who have not completed their evaluations. We'll discuss students entering through your web portal first. There are lots of ways to authenticate your students. If your school wants to use Shibboleth, Kaz, or Blackboard, please contact logins@smartavails.com to set it up. If your school has control over their web portal, it is easy to create a single sign-on link from your school's web portal in less than 5 hours. So, once the student logs into your system, they don't have to log into ours. They just click a link. The URL will look something like the one on the screen, and some of the things that will be in that encrypted string are an expiration time for the link, your school ID, a login name, and shared key for the student. When our system sees that that student is trying to log in with that URL, we'll create our own SHA-1 hash and compare them. If they match, the student is logged in. Please note that the shared key is not the student's password to your system. It is a shared secret key that only your IT department and ours knows. It could be something simple like Go Bills for everyone at the school, or something different for every student, say their department code for major and last digit of their social security number. You can set the shared key manually for everyone by going to the Edit, Site and Login Information. Your school can also do some cool things with the query string to maximize response rates. If you would like your web portal to automatically redirect a student to our site, for instance, if and only if they haven't completed their evaluations, just add the "and classes only equals true" to the query string. This will give you back an XML string with all the students' classes in the last 30 days and whether or not they've completed them. You can then have your web portal decide to display a message or just automatically redirect the student to our site. You can also choose to withhold grades or whatever from the student if your school chooses. You can do this with an automated transfer, say every 15 minutes, from students who haven't completed their courses. Contact us for more information. If you want students to log in through your Blackboard system, go to Edit Preferences and choose the Login Logout tab. Then choose Blackboard in the dropdown. Enter in a shared key as well as a text you'd like to appear in your web portal. We'll call you shortly thereafter and send you a file to put on your Blackboard server. Our systems will communicate via a flat text file, either CSV or TXT. The dictionary is at the URL and shows you the columns, their lengths, and typical values. You can turn off the columns you don't need. For instance, if your entire upload will have the same start and end dates, you don't need to upload the dates. You can also turn off a lot of demographic information, but if you want to make full use of our system, I recommend supplying it. The second entry point is if a student receives an email from the smartavails.com system. There are 4 ways to accomplish this based on what your school wants. One way is to use the smartavails.com system to store usernames and passwords. This is our most common option. The second is to provide a single sign-on link directly in the email the student receives. The third is to connect to your school's LDAP server. The best solution is what we call better than LDAP because it is the best solution for the most discriminating schools. This is probably a good time to mention that you should whitelist our servers. This information is available in the Help Guide. Barracuda email servers must also put our IP addresses in the rate control settings, else the emails will only trickle in toward your students and make your students and faculty upset. Another thing we should mention about emails is that your students will be highly disgruntled if you tell them to log into your school's web portal first, then find the link for course evaluations. It almost guarantees lost and/or angry students. The best option we can recommend is to create a login page on your campus server and tell the student that they will be automatically redirected to complete their course evaluations. Then put a link to that URL in the emails you are going to send out. When they log in on your school's webpage, build the single sign-on link and redirect them to our site. Another option is to use our system to store the login names and passwords. If you'd like to do this, merely upload it into the appropriate parts of the upload file. A popular combination is the person's email address for their login ID and birth date for the password. We recommend that if you do use our system to authenticate your students, please use a simple username and password. If you can't explain the password in less than about 5 seconds, it's probably too complicated for anyone to understand. Another option is to have us mail merge a single sign-on link directly in the email. This makes it very easy for students to log in, but does have some security risks. To use LDAP or secure LDAP, just have your LDAP expert go to Edit, Preferences, Site and Login Information, and type in the appropriate credentials. You can make this as secure as you'd like. Thank you for purchasing a smartevals.com or onlinecourseevaluations.com course evaluation system. This video will tell you about the main topics for setup. The workload is fairly light, and the coordinated effort generally takes a school less than a month to set up. We've had customers running within 2 days. This video will cover the most important part of the process, the upload. Please have the members of your IT staff view this video, then call us to set up a time with an upload expert to answer any nitty-gritty questions you might have. Thank you. Please choose your next tutorial.